This might be a controversial take, but hear me out. I am all for normalizing mental health, mental illness, and struggles with mental health. That needs to be normalized because it's something that everyone struggles with. But what I've noticed with the normalization of mental health is also the simplification of mental illness and mental disorders. And what I mean by that is now mental illness seems so much more simple than it actually is. And it's made it more accessible to people in a way where, like, you know, you'll see something on TikTok like 5 signs you have ADHD. 1, you go to the kitchen, you forget what was there. Like, that pisses me off. Because I have ADHD and I find it so stupid that you're trying to turn symptoms into just little perks that everyone does. Literally everyone in the world does. Because what that's doing is discrediting the actual struggles that people with ADHD go through. Because now you hear people saying, I think everyone has a little bit of ADHD. Or now you're hearing people self-diagnosing themselves with different things. And that's not how it works. I understand that some people don't have the resources or the ability to go see a licensed professional, let's say a psychiatrist, to get properly diagnosed. But that just means that you can find resources to help with your specific issues. But don't go around telling everyone that I have ADHD, I have this, I have that, when you weren't professionally diagnosed. And to make it make more sense, I'll apply it to physical health. Let's say you think you have cancer, right? But you don't have the resources to go to an oncologist, a doctor of cancer. You search up the symptoms online, you're just like, I have that symptom, I have that symptom, I have that symptom. Okay, I'm going to go around telling everyone that I have cancer now. No, nobody does that. At least your average person will not do that. And that's why I find it kind of ridiculous that now people are just scrolling through TikTok seeing random information about ADHD, which is more often than not is misinformation about ADHD. And they're trying to diagnose themselves saying, oh yeah, I have ADHD when they've never been diagnosed. And what happens is people will start to claim that disorder, right? They'll start to claim, I have this, I have that. But they're being fed, more often than not, they're being fed misinformation. So when they claim that they have something based off of misinformation, they're going to further the spread of misinformation. And that's why you see now people are always saying mental health matters, mental illness, like awareness, etc., etc., etc. But when someone actually shows genuine signs of mental illness or certain disorders, people turn away from that because there are other people who are claiming that they have said illness, said disorder, who have never actually been properly educated or never have actually been properly diagnosed, that are spreading misinformation about what it is, when in fact it's a neurotypical quirk that they have that they're trying to turn into neurodivergence. Yeah. Okay. That's all. Bye.
Kapansin-pansin niya ang mga huling salita na binitawan ni Emma Atienza bago ito pumanaw. Sa kanyang Instagram channel, mapapansin ang mga tila pamamaalam o nagpapahiwatig ng pasalamat sa kanyang mga followers na nakisuporta at sumama sa kanyang journey. Tingnan natin ang mga mensahe na nilalaman ng kanyang Instagram channel. Ayon sa kanya, "Hi you all. Some of you guys messaged me asking where my TikTok account is, if I got banned, if I deleted it, etc. And I just wanted to update saying I deactivated it. I started posting on TikTok last year as a little diary and as exposure therapy because I was very insecure of my looks and personality for a long time. I wanted to push myself to be authentic and proud. Along the way, many of you found me. It's been a great journey. Not only have I become infinitely more confident, secure, and authentic, I've also met so many amazing people along the way. I gained traction pretty quickly and had almost 1 million followers too, which is very cool and I'm so grateful. That being said, it's becoming increasingly hard to be authentic and proud over the past few months. Don't get me wrong, I can handle heat. I've gotten death threats from DDS every day, misogynists in my comments telling me I'm stupid, better accounts of high school bullies trying to egg me on.
None of that has really paced me that much.
Mapapansin natin ang mga pahayag na ito na nagpapakita kung gaano katatag na tao si Emma Atienza sa kabila ng mga bullies at mga threats at mga kung ano-anong mga masasamang komento na ibinabato sa kanya ng mga tao sa social media ay patuloy itong naging matatag. At ginamit niya ang kanyang platform at ang kanyang influence sa TikTok upang magpalaganap na ng mga mental health advices. Dagdag pa niya, I've always understood that the Philippines is a very conservative country and I tried to do what I can do to push back on backward systems. But I feel like the hate has piled me up in my head. Subconsciously, every time I post, I feel excited, but also anxious and dreadful. Knowing there's going to be some hate, I'll have to force myself to ignore. I catch myself checking my notifications every few minutes, hyper aware of every little thing about me. I never really did social media for money. I did it for fun, self-expression, and community. Maybe I'd put up with the hate knowing I'd be receiving a paycheck at the end of every month, but my main compensation was always the joy and passion it felt when posting, which has been fading. Mapapansin naman natin sa kanyang mensahe na ito na tila ang pinapahiwatinghan niya na ang social media ay ginamit na hindi para sa pera o hindi para humita, kundi ma-express ang kanyang sarili at ang bigay ng mga patatagan sa ibang tao din na nakakaranas nito. Sa kabila ng mga bashing, sa kabila ng mga hate comments ng mga tao, you still have it, the courage to do your passion. And it brings so much joy sa kanyang ginagawa. Sa huling parte ng kanyang mensahe, for the past month or two, I've been debating a break. I remembered why I started TikTok, to be authentic and proud. I find myself becoming less proud, more anxious. So today, I finally decided to deactivate my account. I'm not sure when I'll come back, maybe in a few days, maybe a few months, just until I can recollect my thoughts, reset my values, and clear my head of the dread. Just need to breathe a bit and take a break. Thank you guys for following me. It really means a lot. Ito ang nilalaman ng mga mensahe na inilagay ni Emma Atienza sa kanyang Instagram broadcast channel na tila nagpapahiwatig na siya ay apektado or naapektuhan sa mga bashing at sa mga hate comments ng mga tao sa social media kung kaya't napagdesisyonan niya na mag-deactivate ng account at magpahinga sandali upang muni-muni at upang magkaroon ng time sa kanyang sarili. Ngunit ang nakakalungkot niyang balita ay sa kabila ng kanyang pamamahinga or pag-deactivate ay hindi na natin siya makikita muli o hindi na natin siya mapapanood muli dahil siya ay pumanong na nga. At ang sinasabi niyang dahilan ay suicide. Kayun pa man nais nating ipalaganap sa mga manonood na sana maging mabait tayo sa kabila ng kung ano nangyayari sa ating paligid, that we should be kind and mindful of what's happening, especially sa ating mga kaibigan, mga kamag-anak at mahal sa buhay. Damayan natin sila and always make them feel that they are loved, valued, and appreciated, that their feelings are valid. At sa mga patuloy na gumagawa ng mga masama o nagkokomento ng mga masama sa kapwa, nawa ay magkaroon tayo ng konting bait man lang sa ating sarili. Dahil hindi natin alam ang pinagdadaanan ng bawat isa. Diba? With our simple gesture of kindness, we can make a difference. And yun, sa amin po, kami po inahikiramay sa pamilya ni Emma Atienza sa kanyang pagpanaw.
Magandang gabi ulit mga kababayan. Sabi ng mga content viewers ko, sabi niya, bakit di ka kaya na mag-Tagalog? Pero before pa, sabi niya, kaya naman ikaw mag-Tagalog, fake English. Na yun, sabi niya, bakit di ko kaya mag-Tagalog? Anong story mo? Get your story straight naman. Anong sinasabi mo? Puta, you can never win. Pero, yung Tagalog ko, getting better naman. Kasi Tagalog lessons ako. May Tagalog lessons ako. Dalawang, yeah. Pero, the better naman ng Tagalog ko. Kasi tingnan ko yung mga hate comments sa Tagalog, di ko kaya na di ako nakakaintindihan, di ko naintindihan anong sinasabi siya. So, Google Translate naman. Tapos tingnan ko, anong sinasabi siya. Tapos iyak ako. Pero, better naman yung Tagalog ko kasi translate yung lahat yung comments sa Tagalog. Blessing in disguise. Salamat, mga kababayan.